What's up, guys? It's Faz again, and welcome to the first television episode. Today, we're basically narrowing down my favorite television shows that I think you should be watching. These are my personal favorites that I can't wait week by week to watch. So let's get started. They're in no particular order, and I will reveal my favorite at the top 7 television shows that you should be watching. Number 1, Once Upon a Time. This show has basically taken my childhood and kind of like made it grow up with me. They take the Disney characters that we all love and they make them into a more twisted, evil kind. You have all the characters from Belle to Snow White to Prince Charming to Rumpelstiltskin. You have Mulan, you have Ariel, you have them all, but it's not the story that we were told when we were younger. They come up with their own stories for each character and they show kind of the good and the bad of each. And the current season, I believe, is season 6. They did a major plot twist at the end of season 5 that took one of the main characters and changed them drastically. Each episode ends with a better cliffhanger than the last. The next one. Number 2 is Scandal. I started watching Scandal last year and I watched season 1 to 5 or 4 in a matter of 2 weeks. And they just keep getting better and better. A lot of people have been getting them hate lately because of what they did with their last season story, but I just think it's brilliant. Kerry Washington's character in the show is having an affair with the president. He's married, so like it kind of has like a Kennedy vibe to it. They always take real life situations and they kind of put it into the show. Really shed light on a lot of topics while being very, very dramatic and very good. Love a good drama? Scandals for you. Next, we have The Vampire Diaries. A lot of people have been hating it lately. Well, not lately, for the past couple of seasons because it just took a wrong turn, which I completely agree with. But last season was amazing. Picked it up last season, and this season's really good because you definitely heard that Nina Dobrev stopped playing Elena Gilbert, and that kind of took the show in like a turn that no one expected. It was a shock to everyone that she was leaving, and I love where they've taken it so far. The new villains this season are kind of like anti-villains. They work with the good guys, but they don't at the same time. The storyline keeps getting better and better. It keeps getting more intense. The good thing with the show is people actually die. Well, not as often, for example, Game of Thrones, but they do die, and they do end up coming back sometimes, but it's like we're watching vampires, which isn't werewolves. Like, what do you expect? So if you did watch The Vampire Diaries, do catch up because it has been absolutely amazing. And if you didn't, I would recommend you watch season 1 to 3, skip maybe 4, go to the middle of 5, and then continue from there. Next, we have Reign. Reign is a show about Mary, Queen of Scots, the Scottish queen back in God knows when, and how she has to save her country by marrying into France. And it's a bit of a romance story with a political side to it, their relationship with England. It's very, very interesting. It is based off of a true character, but they do twist the story around. At the end of the day, it's a CW television show, so you can't expect much. So it's a really interesting show. If you like historical content with a bit of glamour to it, that's definitely a show you should be watching. 5 is a new show that started this year, actually. It's by Ryan Murphy. It's Scream Queens. This is the dumbest show I've ever seen, but it's so smart at the same time. They take horror movies and they turn them into hilarious skits, and people die. Every episode someone's gonna die guaranteed. He said that the season's 15 episodes long, I believe, and they said only 4 people out of the entire cast is gonna make it to the end. The main character, Chanel Oberlin, is absolutely hilarious, played by Emma Roberts. They even have Jamie Lee Curtis, the original Scream Queen, who's known for her plentiful of horror movies. It's a very good show. It's very funny. It also has somewhat of an all-star cast because they have basically all the younger generation that want to come out of their Disney or Nickelodeon stages. So they have all those in the show, and it's really good. They're good actors and actresses. Number 6 is Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Anything Marvel slapped on it, I will go watch that. The show is really interesting because it kind of goes off of the movies. If you watched Avengers 1 and you watch the show, you know what I mean. Like, they're always up to date. They always mention the movies in them. They always mention the characters of the movies. For example, they mentioned Thor. We've seen, I forgot what her name was, the girl from Thor, the Asgardian girl, the warrior, the badass one. We've seen Nick Fury on there, like it's very interesting and like it's fun to watch. Number 7 is American Horror Story. Like, where do I even start with American Horror Story? It's so good. This season, they have really outdone themselves. The cast is phenomenal. The acting is great. The storyline is absolutely amazing. With Lady Gaga, they really made a good choice with getting her because she is flawless, honestly. The entire cast is great. The story is... I just can't stop repeating myself because it's so good. I'm so glad they bounced back from last season because I've seen all 4 seasons and last season was absolutely horrible. I'm sorry, Ryan Murphy, but I don't know what was happening. It's like a bloody, twisted show, you know, it has nudity, it has everything you want in a show. Maybe they do overdo it a bit sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, but it's so good. There's an extra one that I kind of forgot about, to be honest, because it airs later than all these. So, Game of Thrones. Where do I begin with Game of Thrones? I stayed for maybe 10, no, actually less. I watched the entire 3 seasons in 6 days. It was actually great. It was a great time, not gonna lie. Caught up so fast, and I'm so glad I did. I can't miss an episode. Afterwards, it's fun because basically the entire world watches the show, and you just go on Facebook, you watch what everyone is saying. It's really, really good. Like, this is one of the best shows. It's ancient, it has a mystical version to it. It has magic. It has kingdoms. It has everything you want in a show and more. So I would really recommend that one. As I said, I was gonna mention my favorite, and honestly, my favorite depends on the episode that aired recently. So most recent, my favorite has been. It's a tie. It's a tie between Once Upon a Time and Rain. So I have a few honorable mentions. I have The Flash, which is really good. Last episode just really knocked it out of the park. The villain this season is evil. You have to watch it to understand. The character is just ugh. I can't even explain it. How to Get Away with Murder. That show is so good. I still haven't watched the recent episode, not gonna lie, and the new one airs tomorrow, so I'll watch it tonight. The originals, in this season's been a bit slow. I only like one of the storylines playing. I'm sure it'll pick up later because it always does. So yeah, this is my top 7 shows that I'm watching right now, and I really do hope you watch those. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Please leave any feedback that could benefit me. Don't be rude, you know, I'll block you. And yeah, hope to see you next time. Bye guys.